Saw Soto doing some drills over there. Is that what's the latest?
Yeah, just increase the progression. And then tomorrow, I think, hopefully he's going to play in, we have a B game here with Cleveland. If he plays in that, hopefully we can get him cleared, and optimistic for potentially getting him on the road Friday.
Do you have any more clarity or like a plan that you guys have asked, like, hey, maybe he doesn't play 9 innings, or if he's go, he's go?
If he goes, he goes. It could be a DH too. I talked to Nelson a little bit last night too, so he was trying to get stock of where we were and how he was doing. I know he was going to talk to AJ as well. So, the plan is to get him out in the field and let him play, and hopefully he can play in the field. But I think the backup plan would probably be DH.
Jose Azocar's been hitting the ball pretty well. He actually got a hit too, but he's been driving the ball.
Yeah.
What have you thought of Jose offensively?
If you watch his batting practice, he's got some power. As soon as he hits that first one, I'm thinking that probably more to follow. But he really concentrates on kind of doing all the situational things right for us. So, whether it's getting a guy over, getting a bunt down like he did the other day, those are things that his role would suggest he needs to be on top of, and that's what he works pretty hard at. But yes, it's getting some fruits of the hard work where you get some hits and finally get something to show for it.
The circumstances aren't necessarily ideal with Quintana going down, but for Nabil to be kind of the ace of his country,
I thought he was the ace anyway. So which is what you love about Nabil. So it just we had to tweak his bullpen. I think he was going to get one more game before he pitched, but we had to back it off and do a bullpen for him.
What do you make of what the kind of opportunity is for him? He's obviously embracing it. It means a lot. Like, what do you make of what the whole setting, him being in a spot like that?
I think it'd be great for him. It's and who knows down the road. He gives us such flexibility. Whether was there a game last year where early on where Blake went down in the bullpen right before the game. He spot starts and does beautifully. I mean, he has the ability to do just about anything, and there's very few guys that can do it like that. So I know he's embracing the starting role.
What do you think makes him capable of doing that? Is it his mentality, his arm? Like, what makes him flexible like that?
I think a lot of it is just mentality and wanting to do whatever he can for the team. So he's been all about that since the days my first day here. He just wants to help his team win, and he knows, it could be anywhere from like that role spot starting to pitching, 3 innings in an extra inning game to at times last year was pitching the 7th inning. So he's about as versatile a guy as we have.
Have you noticed any difference in the base running, any more additional attempts to steal or anything like that?
Not yet. We usually get a week, 10 days, and then we start to push it a little more. We stole some bases yesterday. Obviously, we want to be opportunistic. We talked to the group about, once we get our legs under us, let's go ahead, and everybody kind of has a green light to see how this is going to play out. I haven't noticed that much yet, as far as seems like every play's been bang bang at second base just like it normally is. So I don't know. I think a lot of things may show up more so in the regular season than maybe spring training.
As far as controlling the running game, do the pitchers do anything different with the pitch clock and shorter bases? And
yeah, we've talked to our guys about trying to be quicker to the plate, because when you're not able to throw over as much, you have to combat it in other ways. And if you can be quick to the plate, that certainly is one way. You're seeing from other teams too, catchers picking more, after the pitch. You might see a few more pitch outs. We haven't seen any. We've only called one, but maybe more so during the season. And I think, this is all kind of wait and see. And I think you'll even start to see some different things as the season starts, and trying to combat the shifts too, with maybe it's 2 outfielders in the gaps and an outfielder over in that spot where you saw a second baseman. So, 5-man infields, stuff like that. We'll see.
Do you generally think catchers are prepared if the running games do kind of explode in the regular season? Just having not done it a ton in games the last 15 years.
Yeah, you know what? They work on it all the time. I think it would just, be a little bit more in the back of our minds, myself as well. But that's why we're really trying to. And even, you saw Morhone yesterday. He was slide stepping as well. Well, a guy that typically is 1.6, 1.7 was 1.2 yesterday. Got a double play ball on a slide step. So it's something that is a priority for us as a staff leading into the season.